help if I turn my mic on. Yes. I wasn't reading the chat. I was looking at the chart. Fool. Sorry, guys. That was not helpful. Good morning, all. How are we doing? There we go. It's me. You know what I'm like. Morning, all. I was too busy chart hopping. How are we all? Are we good? Right, so let's have a little look where we are. Hi, Alex. You're new. Welcome. Welcome to the crew. You will find a very good group here, mate. We got some lovely people. All positivity. No calling out, no negativity. Morning, Ben. Guys, don't forget, do me a favor. It's early in the stream. Drop us a like on the stream. Let's see if we can get this out. We had a record day yesterday. Yeah, calm and positive. Let's go. Yeah, don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. It does help, especially early on, to get it pushed out to a few more people. See if we can get it over 1,000 viewers, which we got yesterday, which is amazing. Yes, I do, but I do look at the trend traffic lights. The only problem with the trend traffic lights for me is that I know what they're doing, so I don't need to see them all the time. Right, let me just start marking up here because I've not been marking up properly. Let's have a look. So we're going to tap back into our queue. Turn the volume off as not what I want to be seeing on my chart. Far too messy for my liking, even though it helps. I'll take it back on when we need it. Morning, Vishal. Which one's a fake zone? I'm not sure what you mean, buddy. So we've put in, if we look at our, let's make sure we've got a high and a low. So after the Q here, we've got a high, we've pushed down to a low. Let's make sure I'm on, keep it on 1 just for this because I'm doing a broader impulse. No, I don't think Zoo's here today. He said he might not be, and normally if he is, he'd be here by now. I try. I don't like to offend anyone with names, so sometimes it's difficult if I don't. I'd rather not say it and offend someone, but I do try. So this, we've got an impulse down here. Obviously, we've got to be careful here on the open of the Q, and then push up, put in a new low, half an hour. So you would expect that we would get a bearish hour. So if you're going to look at this, a bit more cautious because it's so early in the queue. But we'll keep an eye on it. So with alpha zones, let's just have a zoom out. We'll see, since the open, we've had big open first candle. And we were inside bar on this in regards to the open, well, an inside open. What time do I normally trade? Well, that's a great question, Alex. I usually was trading in New York, but I'm struggling with New York afternoon because it's late in the afternoon here in the UK, and it does cause a little bit few issues with recording, and the offices and kids, school runs, things like that. So, and also I wanted to try something a little bit different with trading London. I like the cleanness of London. New York is like a roller coaster at times, and we can get a lot of chop. So I've been trying to sort of have a look at how trading London would fare for the lives. And yesterday it was it did really well. So I thought I was going to run with this for a little bit, see how we get on. I can be a bit flirty, so we'll see. But right now, New York. Sorry, right now, London. So let's just come back to this before we lose where we are. So it's tapped up into this zone. So we are still bearish. If we're marking on our zones, mark on our big money seller zone, big money sellers. Let's just go, let's look at the big main sweep here. It was up here, but it comes up here. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be a bit above the Q, so I'm not overly worried about that one. If it comes up, then I'd be going bullish anyway. Yeah, so it's held on this one. It's held here. This one is held here. Let's see if it holds. Let's see. I like London. It's so much more chill. Just doesn't feel like it's a constantly just waiting for it to do something crazy, or for Donald to wake up. See if it's holding this big money seller zone. Our traffic lights on big money are still bearish. We have had this, obviously this sort of, it's almost sideways, even though it's been bullish. The zones have not broke above properly with any conviction. So here I'd have been very cautious about taking any longs. I certainly wouldn't be taking sells. Obviously this is closed below. We have had this, but it is at the open of the queue. And the open of the queue can be, well, you got to be careful with the open of the queue. It is the true Nasdaq open. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, I am, but I'm looking for a definitive rejection out of a big money zone in this at this time. On the YouTube video, what I'm referring to is very much referring to order flow, and following that, we are quite, as I say, we're still sat in this, so we are quite choppy, and we've still sat in this. What is this huge? I said it's not even the open, it's just blooming 1 o'clock candle. So whatever's happened at 1 AM, and to give that a kick, I don't quite know what that was. Yeah, I'm being a little bit cautious at the minute because this is having an impact. Right, so we're breaking through that alpha zone, that alpha, the big money there. See if it's going to hold this one, or are sellers going to get violated and buyers take control. Let's clean it up a little bit. So we have got our queue here. Doesn't need to hold the chart up. It would be a significant break if it takes this. Might be a deeper pullback, but if it breaks this and gets above the queue, then we're likely going to have a bullish opening hour on the queue, which would mean I'd expect us to carry on moving for a bit to the upside. Let's see if it holds or if it rejects. It's good to show though. It's a great example for you guys who are new of the Q zone is a very important zone, but we can, and the same with the alpha zones, but we can often wonder why price stops and holds in a certain place within an alpha zone. And you'll often see that these big money zones here, we've got a high and a low, and it's creating this area, and you can see that perfect tap where price is held. They're not coincidence. So if we're going to push down, I expect it at least to test this if it's going to carry on. Interesting to see, because it has held the bottom of the queue really there, and it's testing this again. See if it takes this high. Okay, so we've got a new high. We're getting a buy signal. So we've broken through. See if it's held our big money zone here. One and go. I'm not trading directly into a queue. See if we can get the pump. Now that we've broke through the queue is such an important level based on the QQQ, but our Q zone can hold. As you can see, it's caused some hold up here. But now that it's got through it, it's now give us a up to now bullish hour statistically. Now that the high is in the last 10 minutes, it's very unlikely to come back down here at this point, statistically, but you never know. See if we get a tap back in. Retest and go. Not really sure what you're saying there, Rick. I do apologize. If you're asking, does it work in Euro USD? Yes. I don't trade Euro USD. But yes, it does. See if it's going to get itself straight back out. The usual pattern here would be, if it's going to break through at the end, which it has, then it would be a retest and go. But as I said, this is what concerns me. It's such a big candle, 1 a.m. So we're getting a buy signal and a golden candle above our Q zone, above our 1 hour alpha zone. Come on, let me work out what you're saying. I feel rude. Do I have a signal on Euro USD? Well, there may be signals on Euro USD, but I'm not trading Euro USD to show you the signals, I'm afraid. Good morning, Never Suffer. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. We are on Nasdaq, 1 minute time frame. See if we can get a push up. See if we can get it back up to our won't be taking anything until as I said before, our alpha zone's dropped, so you'd be looking for sells, but the first hour of the queue can be a little bit rocky. So I was hoping to get a buy signal here so that we can get that push up. Our new hour should open then. We want a bit more of a push up, and our new hour open above, which would give us an indication of going bullish. What we really want is it to close above this one, but obviously it's not going to get there in the next 90 seconds. So let's have a little look at with big money where it is, where the zones are. Just drop this off, just clean the chart up a little bit. So we broke through the bearish zone there, so there's no point in me drawing that on. And so we had a bullish impulse here, which obviously that is below the Q, so I'm not going to bother putting that one on, because if it comes back down to that, it'll have broke the Q. We've then had bullish impulse up here. Nice and easy to draw on. If you can draw on highs and lows, you can trade big money. Gan. All successful intraday traders have a 5 or a 6 in their date of birth. Is that true? I'm not sure that's true. I'll take your word for it. Let's just mark this one on. So we've got our big money buyers there. Nice and easy to mark up. And then another push. Have to push down. Is it going to hold that area? Or is it going to tap back into this one? So tapping back into our queue. All day. Not all day, just this morning. You must be very profitable then, Gan, which is great. Very pleased for you, buddy. Can we get some love on the stream, guys? Don't forget to subscribe. Drop us a like on there, please. It does help. So we've got a new hour, which, let's be real, we are sideways, which screams chop. So when we're looking at our hourly alpha zones, as I said, we did open this one below, and this one is negligible. So this was bearish. And I don't like keep saying it, but I don't like this big candle here. This 1 AM crazy ass candle. But if I'm going to be looking for anything, I'll be looking for a sell under here, or a tap into a big money zone to the downside. So let's have a look. We had a push down there, so let's have a look here. Yeah, push down here, which it's held. Tap, tap, tap. And now we've pushed back into the queue. See if we hold that one. If we tap up and then come below, we are currently in between a buy and a sell zone. So let's see, tap up, tap down. So I'm going to mark that on because that is definitely, that bearish zone is definitely holding. Well, I say it's definitely holding, it's definitely causing some resistance. See if we can break below this one, which would then get us most of the way through our queue. Right, so again, let's have a little look. So it's held this zone and come down. We've had another fully down. See if we can get through this. We are wedged smack bang in between the two. No lap of flow, no late session today, buddy. Yes, this is NQ Futures. Where you at? Where you at? Where in the world are you? I am just outside Liverpool, England. So is it going to hold? Oh, we've rejected out of that. Just holding our Q zone. So our traffic lights have started to go green after this period. So it's a new high for this hour. So it's took the previous hour high, which is a definite positive for bullishness, as long as we don't just get that instant reaction. As I said, take the high, instant reaction. So a little tap back in. Now push on and go. Let's find you. Oh, don't disconnect me. Sausage. How you doing, Comlang? C'est quel actif? C'est quel actif? C'est quel actif? My French is not good. Yes, Amrit, well done, mate. Good trade. GG, brother. Well done. Made up. I'd like to see a really bullish hour and get above this if we're going to carry on. Just gotta sort this guy out. There we go. You're a goner. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Took that straight into the queue, haven't you, Amrit? Oh no, out the queue. Good trade. Good trade. Well done. So we're going to tap back in. Right, so let's get rid of our sellers because that is gone. We're tapping back into our... Let's have a little look. So our buyers holding. Take care, Amrit. Thanks for coming on, buddy. Yes, you can use big money on standard candles as well. I just like Heikanashi because it smooths things out for me. So it's held that one. We might get tapped back into this one. Just seems to be drawn to our queue. Just the context of that, that's it's really struggled around this Q. There we go, again, tap back into the Q. There we go, tap back in. Starting to get our traffic lights to weaken, so these have gone green. These have now gone orange. Continue on up. Tap into the big money zone. It's once it's got above this Q, it's failed to go back below it again. It's taken the high of the previous hour. It's really loud in my ear. Holding our 1 hour alpha zone, tapped into the big money here. I'm really indecisive. Excuse me. So we come below the hour, which isn't great. Not for long anyway. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at our 4 hour. Tapped this one to the tick. Yeah, I do. On this chart though, I've just cleaned up, because if I just do... Where's my... all over the place here. Rejecting off the 50 beautifully. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the trend wave off, but I'm just going to put the 50 and the 200 on. So that is a beautiful rejection out of the big money zone. Big wick though. So now putting a new high. Yeah, if I use them, I normally just use the 50 and the 200. It's not great for the live stream though, unfortunately. Just because it's messes the chart up a little bit. I'm gonna leave that on. Okie dokie, so our hourly alpha zones, say we closed above, we tap back in here. Didn't close below the hourly alpha zone, we've just tapped below into our big money buyer zone that we've held. Not loving the price action though. It does not want to move away from these hourlies. What, as I said to you before though, when we open like this, really close to the next one, it just screams chop. And it's what often happens in these areas. If you get a alpha zone, 1 hour alpha zone that opens right next to the previous, then it can obviously just chop for this hour. Let's have a little look at gold. Not looked at gold yet today. So I'm just going to turn my cue off. Zoom out on gold. Some beautiful signals on gold. Bullish, bullish. Bullish and held. Beautiful on gold. Let's mark up some big money zones. So for this impulse here, tapped in. Have a look from this impulse here. Not quite got in there. New hour. Tap and go. It is a big one, isn't it? I do like these ones. Open of the hour, push down, comes up, taps into there, golden candle, good night. Big money is fire on gold. Let's turn off the alpha zones to make it even clearer. Just marking the highs and lows. Looking for golden candles, even on the way up. Keep going, brother. Keep going. So look, so start from the bottom here. Is that the bottom? No. So our hours go sideways. And then steps up, traffic lights go green. So let's go with the traffic lights. Traffic lights go green to tell us we can start trading. And we get our first big bullish impulse. After the traffic lights go green, we tap back in and away we go. This isn't, as much as people will say this is hindsight, this is while it happens. One big impulse. Creates it as it's coming back down. We know our zone is there. It taps in. We get a break and off it goes. Next one. So we get a bit of chop after it's tapped in. Buy signal plays out fine. There's our impulse. Oh, push up, low, high. Mark our zone. Cover your zone, or if you don't cover your zone and you take a loss, then you can see clearly here this one is closed above. Perfect. Big money zone playing out again. Next big impulse up as we are still bullish. Hourlies have opened above. This is how you catch these trades, guys. So the main impulse hasn't. What about this one? So you've had the pull back 3/4 of the way up. Unfortunately, you didn't get a close in, so we wouldn't have got an entry here because there's no break candle or buy signal. So is what it is. But big money zone respected. After the big impulse, we get that little bit of chop again. Let's move this up. Low to a high. Look at this over here. Put your main impulse up. Straight in. Let me just... On the way up, could we get in here? Would we have got an entry? Got a high. Got our low. After it's come up. Comes back down, comes up again, taps back in, boom, gone. Golden candle, 2R. So you get your trade there, you then come below the hour to give you a little bit of a warning. Which, in this instance, you'll see that what that started to do is it's held a buyer zone here. Sorry, it's held a seller zone, and it's breaking through the buyer zone here. So you're going to be a little bit careful there. This could be the, as you can see, this could be the start of the reversal or a bigger pullback. And then there's the full impulse. See which holds, it's fighting with. We get what we got on NQ before, as I mentioned. We get this pretty sideways hourlies. So be a little bit careful. But let's have a look at the big money zone. Low, high, tap in, go. Low, high, tap in, go. Get your break candle, multi-hour trade. Relentless. I love it on gold. I might start trading gold in the mornings. Is this making sense to people? What are your thoughts? Big money's free, by the way, guys. Costs you nothing. You can have it. If you want the entries, you want your golden candles and your signals, that is premium, is what it is. Spent many, many months building them. But if you want big money, you can have it for nothing. So yeah, low, high, taps in and goes. Let's mark up our next one. Low, high, taps in, golden candle, goes. Could do this all day, me. Makes me happy. Low, high. Doesn't quite get to it. With a bit of practice, what you will start to realize is when you get this pullback here, is as it's giving you a pullback, you're following this. So I'm looking to say, okay, well, this was my full impulse, but if I'm going to go here, then if I'm going to go tight, what big money allows you to do is go, okay, well, I'm just going to go tight. And if I'm going to go tight, then actually I've got a little impulse down here and then back up. So you do end up with a zone here. You don't have to do it that way, but with a bit of experience you can. Change it back. So next, low and high. Low, high. Doesn't quite get to it. Let's have a look here. Big Daddy Max. How you doing, Mac? Are you well? Hope you're winning. Yeah, so I am literally just giving you examples, really. It's a little bit choppy here, but our alpha zones are still open and above. Let's look at this. Bish bash bosh. Small impulse, doesn't quite get, but we are conscious of the full move. Tap, tap, go. Let's have a look at our next one. There we go. Tap in, go. Tap in. Now, I'm not going to be taking a tap in and go here because I'm under the hourly. So the hourly alpha zones from Alpha Zones Pro is a really good confluence to be careful of. So yes, you would have got yourself 1 hour here, but I don't like trading into a 1 hour alpha zone. It tells me I'm not bullish if I'm below and I'm trading into it. However, it still plays out. Next bullish impulse. Seems that we're still bullish. There we are. Yeah, see what I mean? This is where you can get that, because we're below, still pulling. And it's not clean. Bullish impulse. to the bottom really. Tap in and go. No entry here because it was here, but hey ho. I'm on the 1 minute here, Mickey. I think I am anyway. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Mick, sorry, not Mickey. Apologies. Next bullish impulse. No tap in on that one. There we go. Tap in. We'll get done here. That one's a shame. First one like that though. Be a little bit careful on that as it wicks down, but again, it's respecting it. Tap and go. Tap and go. No movement on that one. I am on gold though, Mick, by the way, in case you've jumped off. I'm just jumped over to gold for a little look. So we've got our full move, which obviously the full move here. Let's get a tap back in here. The interesting thing is, once you start to see this, when you get this big impulse and it disrespects it, yes, it's come down, and you will keep your eye out on the fuller move. But realistically, that's quite a big impulse to be disrespected. So you've got all this move up over about 20 minutes, and that's been broken through. You've come below the hour. That's where I'd start to have alarm bells that, okay, this might be the time that we're going to get a reversal. So we get the new hour open above, but then straight away again, we've got to, let me give you the bullish zone. We got a new bullish zone and it disrespects it again. So buyers are now failing. Buyers have been holding all the way up here, all the way up, and here's where buyers have started to fail. So I'm being conscious of, so I'll get big bearish, big seller zone up here. Let's just mark them on because we're getting closer to time as well. Nice and quick. Holds. Holds. So as much as we're now breaking buyers, we're now holding sellers. Next one. Oops. Is that the right one? Yeah, there's a low there. Yeah, okay, so you've got your taps up, touches the big money zone, rejects, away it goes. So we're holding sellers now, consistently on the way down, breaking buyers, holding sellers, holding sellers. Then more internal, and then you've got here. So a sideways chop here. Trying to see. Yeah, which I suppose this is where I'd be a little bit cautious, but if we get the tap in. It's our main impulse. We've gone sideways, tapped into it and gone. And now you can see we've got another one here. Main impulse. The only thing I'll be careful of is it does come really tweak back up here. So if I was looking for a sell on gold, traffic lights are red, tells me I can take a sell. The two areas I'd be looking at is the full impulse, because this is a little bit choppy, but so yeah, you've got this area to be cautious of if you're going to get a deeper retracement, but it could just be a tap up to this and go. Don't say I didn't call it. Yeah, so what we've got a low here. Got a reason for price to come in this direction. Any questions on this, by the way? You've all gone very quiet. Tap up into the big money zone again. Break candle. It might be a break candle. Preempting here. Well, cheers, Ben. Let's have a little look. Just been chilling, doing analysis. I love the mornings. Sun's out. Yeah, it's fucking cold, but it's a beautiful day. There we go. So closed above. So we get our, as we mentioned before, we're looking for a buy if it pushed up. Get your W's in the chat if you hit it. Well done, Ben. I'm in long. Well done, Ben, mate. GG, fella. I was too busy chatting away with gold. Winning signal on NQ, though, for Maxago Premium. Right, stay with me, guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be back in 1 minute. Hi Ronnie, how we doing, mate? We good? Right, so nice to hear it, Ronnie. We trading? We're trading NQ. Just missed me entry. Chatting away on gold. But this is more about you lot than me. So let's just mark these on. Big money zone here. No, that's not a big money zone. Totally lied. There it is. What am I doing? Okay, there's the full impulse. One day I'll get this right. If you want to learn, apparently you're on the wrong channel. I don't know what I'm doing. Joking. Yeah, the long was good. Traffic lights are green here. For big money, we've had a tap in. We've had a break candle to the upside, buy signal. It's a great entry for the system. So let's, we've got big money zone there. Let me just, there's a significant pullback in the middle here. So I am going to mark this one up as well because that will play a factor. Well, could play a factor where institutions will be looking to get fair value for their orders. Let's see. See if we get a tap and go, or are we going to get a deeper retracement? It's a nice rejection. Oh, it's a nice tap in, sorry. Let's see if it rejects. Guten Morgen, Zar. How are we doing? Don't forget to give us a like on the stream, guys. We're having a decent day in regards to views. You lovely people on here. Appreciate you coming and spending your time watching me. It is appreciated. I know there's lots of people you can go and watch trade, so hopefully you get a bit of a so let's just have a little look at this part as well. So break above, tap in. It's a beautiful tap in. Oh, I like the look of that. I want to see it get above this. we've got to be careful of when we're looking at these is we've got to tap in. We want to see a break above this, because that's when you'll get that push, because we've then held buyers, broke sellers. We've got London high above. And that's where I'd be looking to break above here. So we've got London high. I haven't checked my gaps, however. Context. I like the fact that we're now out of this. I did not like this at this hourly one, this opening candle on the hourly zone there at all. Destroyed the alpha zones there. Obviously it's come up, it's taken that. It's whether it can take this as well. If it takes that, I'll be pretty confident it can get up here. So we have had, with the max algo signals, to get a buy signal, we need a break candle, either white or golden. And we have had a bullish break candle here, so we get a push above, we could get a buy signal above here. But right now it's still holding. But I do think if we get that push up, we got to go above here then. We can definitely come up for London. News is all later, isn't it? I think I'm right. I think it was FOMC's New York afternoon rather than this morning. Let me just check that actually. So if you trade, anyone's trading oil, be careful. We've got crude oil inventories, 10:30 New York time. That's for you, Pickles, just in case you're trading it, buddy. Okay. Looking for a close above this. Okie dokie. Let's go. So we've got our green traffic lights. Our zones are bullish. We've tapped back into a big money buyer zone. Let's see. Obviously volume's very low this time of day, so we'll take some time to get it in the right direction for us. Come on, let's go. Welcome Abacus Futures, if you're on the live. Thank you for signing up. I hope you enjoyed the indicators. Let's go, come on. So looking left, we've taken this high. Let's throw our liquidity on. So we've taken liquidity here. Our next level of liquidity is obviously our London high. It's a good draw on price. Could get a little pushback here due to the fact that we've taken this liquidity. But let's see. If it pushes on through, then I expect it to just carry it straight on very quickly. 5-10 minutes. But we'll see. Right, so new hour. So as we mentioned before, Alpha Zones Pro. We've now had our hour open above here to give us good confidence that we are still bullish and looking for longs. I'm going to zoom in a bit. I don't like zooming in too much on you guys when it's because we can't see much context, but for this particular instance, let's see. Let's see if we can get that push up. So big money zone. Ooh, tap back in. So this impulse up has now created this. We do have this one here. So I would like to see it hold that. That would make me feel a little bit more easy. But it's a 1 hour trade. It's not unless you're over risking. 1 hour trades you can afford to lose them, can't you? Let's see if it wants to tap into this one. What does she want to do? We tap into this zone. Are we going to get a deeper retracement to this one? Who knows? Okay, so we're tapping into this big money zone. Looks like this smaller one hasn't held. The whole point of this though is most of them won't hold. It's the ones that hold that we want to be looking to taking trades from. NQ, 1 minute on NQ. Foreigner 369212 or 36912. Welcome. Okay, so we're tapping into here. Looks like I might get taken out here. Yep, that's me out. There's a big candle down. So it's not respecting this zone. And it's definitely not respecting this one. So let's see if it respects this one. Or are we looking for a deeper retracement? So we've got coming way down to our previous hourly alpha zone. I ain't taking a sell into that, just so you know. No chance. So we may tap into this big money zone here, which we are going to. Which, have I just deleted it? Fool. That's annoying. Let's mark these up. So we had our violated our zone here. Our full impulse move all the way up is here. But that's the one really is. So we've got our small internal here. 1, 2, 3. Enjoy, foreigner. Have a good day, mate. You are welcome to watch somebody else, brother. Enjoy. Sorted. So we're going to tap out of that zone. This is our full sweep. That candle's massive. See if we can get above the hourly. Let's have a look at gold then, as soon as you mention it. Ah. Well, we marked it up, didn't we? Look at that as well. That's a peach. It's a peach. Great sell signal. Great break candle. That's a big move down. If I'm being honest, Ben, there's a lot of the time I miss so much when I'm streaming, and I am prone to make mistakes. So a tap, break candle, see if it gets above. Let's mark on the next one. See if we're holding. What's our little rejection come off there? Yep. We've got to push back up here then. Rejection. He's held it beautifully. Not that I'm taking a sell. We've got green traffic lights. It'd be straight into this previous hour. That's a hard rule for me, that one. It may well, and very often can, go on to play out, but I've seen so many trades where we have a open above, it pushes down the first 20 minutes, you get a sell signal into the previous hour alpha zone, it'll come in, tap, and then carry on that way. So I just don't like them. Fully expect that. See this, it's just tapped. If we would have took an entry there, sell signal, straight into previous hour. It often does this. Cheers, Ben. Enjoy jiu-jitsu. I'll see you tomorrow, mate. So let's have a little look at what we are rejecting out of here. See if we hold this. It's quite a strong pullback, sort of 3-4 minutes straight down. Doesn't look like it's going to hold it though. Tap and go. Slow session for me, this one. So if we break through this, Where could we be going? Actually, we're going to be looking at our previous impulse, aren't we? It's going to be down here. And obviously we've got the one that we've just been looking at here. So if it's going to go bearish, then this would be an area to keep an eye on. But as I mentioned before, that's quite a big impulse up with one little rejection. So I'm interested to see what it does here. It just seems indecisive on what it should be a bullish hour. Welcome, Rashanda. Welcome, welcome. Take care, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Have a great day. So let's just mark this on. Areas I'm looking for, areas I'm looking at to make sure I'm going to take an entry. That I'm in line with the market. Where was our main? So the whole move. Same area really. Now we are breaking buyers, breaking buyers, breaking buyers. We are running straight into our 1 hour alpha zone for our previous hour. Can often be a big area of rejection, as I mentioned before. So it's coming to our big money buyer zone. That is from this whole sweep here. Tell a lie. It was the first major one here. See whether it holds. Because we broke buyers, broke buyers, broke buyers. But they are sort of internal order flow. So let's just see whether it's going to tap and hold this one, or we're going to go into our previous hour. It just doesn't seem like it's holding the buyers at all. What are your thoughts? Where do you guys think it's going? Drop it in the chat. Our traffic lights are now out of line. I'm not liking NQ at all this morning. And the only good signal, well, not the only good signal, the good signal that we would have taken, I was on gold. I have no idea what you're talking about, world free speech. No idea what you're talking about. When I said where do you think it's going, I kind of meant like bullish or bearish. I didn't mean the whole world. So it's a beautiful rejection out of a big money buyer zone. Hourlies are bullish, but we are under the hour. Just whether or not now we're going to get that push up and the hours continue on up. Always a bit weary on an FOMC day. It'd been a lovely trade to take, but traffic lights had gone red under the hourly. It wasn't a perfect setup for me, and I'm just not wasting my money on non-perfect setups. What a rejection out that buyer zone. So comfortably, if you're waiting for a big sweeping pullback, you're already over your 1R. Even if you're covering this, you're at 1R. Well, that's a perfect rejection. It's exactly what we wanted to see. I think there's a good chance now we'll flip back bearish. Now we're only 29 minutes in. So we're taking this. We're going to take this. So failed to get into our previous hour. Currently an inside bar. But if we get above our hourly alpha zone, then again, we could be looking for London high. You just never know with these. It's just New York often likes to sweep London high. Whether or not it just continues to mess around. But if you took the break out of the buyer zone, that's a wonderful trade. Is it going to hold? So let's mark on our next levels and see whether we are, well, what we're holding. So we're definitely breaking sellers, as you can see. We broke through here. And then quite a significant push. And now buyers are in control. There we go. So it's our hourly. So it's our hourly. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Our alpha zone, is looking like it can be broken here, which is great to get us back bullish. Yeah, you're not wrong. I just realised what you're talking about Buffett there. He's on a bit of a sell-off, isn't he? So what does he know that we don't? So rejection of our 1 hour alpha zone. No coincidence it's popping out the alpha zone, but I still think it's going to take it. So we've created a new high, and we're only 33 minutes in. So statistically, it's high probability that we'll still put in a high in the last 20 minutes. Have a little look at our 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, it's a perfect tap. Absolute perfect tap. Tap and go. Let's see if it's going to hold. But as I said, now that we've got that high, statistically I am expecting this to be taken. Come on, let's see you get through. So what we're looking for really is, obviously we've had such a big move up that it's difficult. We don't really want to see it come back down here, but that is exactly what could happen. What we are getting is indecision. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm sticking with what I said. I still think we're coming for that. Let's tighten it up. Let's have a little look. So if we drop down to the 15-second, and the only reason I'm doing that is just to show you the fractal nature of this. So we've got a... Have I got them the wrong way around? Probably have. Yes. So there's a major pullback before we come. So that big impulse has given us this on the 15-second, which we've rejected out of. Break candle. It's just going to take a pop straight through. That's what it's going to need, because it's fighting it. Look at that. So we could get another tap down here before we go. Mike, you talking about NQ and gold? Makes sense. They're the most popular. I have a love-hate relationship with NQ. It's marking our buyers. That was the 15-second, wasn't it? Came out of. It's fighting with our alpha zone. But it's going to get through it. That's my opinion. I still think we're going to end up breaking through here. We've tapped into this one and gone. We've tapped into this one. And admittedly, this is the 15-second big money zone, which is a little bit more risky. You'd love a big squeeze. See if we can get a pop through. Come on. It's just this indecision. Java lights. Red, green, red, green. That's why our 1 hour alpha zones can be so powerful. But I'm telling you right now, a buy signal above here and I'm in. I'm on the 1 minute, Mike. From a strategy point of view, I do look for a few things. I look at alpha zones and I look at big money. So the alpha zones I'm using for confluence, bullish hourly alpha zones, and the big money zones are where I'm looking for price to be drawn into to take an entry from. I don't like trading bullish into a 1 hour alpha zone. I've turned off my Qs on this, but they're way below anyway, or into a Q zone. And 90% of the time, I'm only entering on a break candle, white or gold, or on a sell or a buy signal. That's it. The big money zones is just an indicator, a free indicator I use, that you're welcome to have. The link is in the comments for that one. The other ones I use are premium, but that's completely up to anyone else. You don't need to use them, you don't have to use them, but they are very helpful for me. It cannot get above this 1 hour alpha zones at the moment. Mana, how you doing? You well? I am very good, thank you. It's nice and chilled trading in the morning. It's not been a great session for me, I have to admit. Yesterday was such a cracking session. No, I'm not trading both directions. I am only looking for a long, because once the Q opened, our hourly alpha zone is opened above. So it's unless I'm really scalping, then that's a sort of a hard rule for me, really. So I'd want a break candle above, or a break candle here, and then a buy signal above it. But I'm not surprised, a bit of sideways action after such a big move up in a space of sort of 6-7 minutes. See whether we get a deeper retracement. I'm hoping it just taps in here and goes. Excuse me. Guys, if you haven't already, please do give us a like. I'm trying to get as many people on the streams as possible. It all helps. So we're getting a bearish golden candle. Mike, I've only been trading 3 years as well, buddy. Just put myself out there. I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm certainly not the worst. But built some great tools to help people because I struggled. I needed some support, and that's what we built to try and help us. Julio, how we doing? Thanks for joining the stream. From Puerto Rico. Muy bien. See if we get, well, we've not in the slightest bit surprised that we're not held the 15-second one when we are had such a move up. So let's just remind ourselves our full movers here. So obviously it could tap down to here. Not what we're looking for a long, really. Certainly not what I'm looking for a long. Thank you for the likes, guys. Appreciate it. So, often one of the questions I always get asked about the big money zones is, well, how do you know which ones? Well, you don't, and that's the whole point. It's not about them being perfect. It's about you looking for entries from them. It's like, is there a big money zone? Is there a big money zone here? Yes, but it doesn't respect it. It doesn't give you an entry, so you don't need to worry about that one. It's all about looking for the ones where you get that rejection. Like, admittedly, my ruling I don't really want to trade from below the hour. That concerns me. It's a little bit more risky, and I don't like taking risky trades on the lives. But if you're looking at it, this whole move up here created this big money zone. You're looking for a tap in and go. Balas Teng, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Oh, good question. I like questions. You have a 50k account that doesn't require a buffer to withdraw, but withdrawing without a buffer will kill the account. If I reach like 1k profit, should I take it out and kill the account? Well, I can't answer that for you. What I would say, from an advice perspective, is how many accounts does it take you to get past? How many accounts that you pass do you then take a payout? Is it your first payout? And how much have you spent on buying accounts? Because the one thing that people forget when they're trading, if you're trading prop firms like 90% of us are, then it's not our money. The only thing that is our money is when we're paying for accounts. So if you're buying accounts that have got evaluations, then you need to look at what is your P&L. How many accounts does it need to pass? How many accounts have you got to buy to pass? How many have you got to pass to get a payout? And as long as those two figures, as long as the figure of payout is more than the figure of, is significantly more than the figure of cost, then you're net profit, then you're net positive, aren't you, on your profit? And that's the way you would look at it. It's a business. The prop firms don't give a fuck about you or me or anything else like that. They will continually try and do anything in regards to rules that are unnatural for trading to try and make sure that you don't continually take profits. So at the end of the day, if you've got $1,000 in there and it's only took you a small amount to get there, also depends how long it took you to get to the grand. If it's only took you 5 days and you normally do it, then I would say build up a bit of a buffer. But if the grand is a lot of money and you reckon you can get back to payouts within a few accounts, then take the money. Don't be shy. As I say, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I do think it's important that you weigh up what does it cost me to get to the grand and how much does it take, and actually how much does that grand mean to me right now. If it's money in your pocket that you want and you need, then take the money and go again. You've got there once, you can do it again. People go on about consistency and all this, but at the end of the day, 99% of us are only doing this to make money. We're not doing it because we want to be the best traders in the world. Good question, Mike. You're trading on eToro, so you're talking about stocks and shares. You're talking about trading, like real trading. We're not. This is prop firm trading. It's simulated accounts, and simulated accounts is a great way, if you can master how to do it. It's a great way to make money. You can spend £100, $100, and go make $2,000 if you can do it. So it's a great way to make money from trading. If you're investing in the likes of eToro and things like that, then I've not spent a lot of time doing that, to be honest. If you look at prop firms, you look at trading, then you need TradingView or TradingView or Trade8, MT5, and you want to get yourself a prop account, get yourself a cheap evaluation one. You can get them for anything from $50 to $150. They're not expensive. Right, let's have a little look here because we have had a rejection. Now we're talking. Don't like that big wick, but hey ho, I did ask it to go above. It's just not very far to London High. $32 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if this closes above. Where the real close is obviously, look at this price here, because I'm on Heikin-Ashi candles, and we're a little bit cautious of where price is pulling to. Are we near the top at the end? Or are we near the bottom of it? Not for me. Not for me. You'll notice, as much as this looks as though it's above, you'll notice that as we closed, our real close here on this line was below the alpha zone. Which means it's not ready for me yet. What I would say, Mike, is there's plenty of videos on YouTube. Have a little look at prop firms, my fund of futures. Reasonably decent. Tradeify. Do some instant funded accounts. But before you, if you're going to start trading it on prop, then I would just trade eval to get used to the rules because they are different. You get things like trailing drawdown, end of day drawdown. Nope. Now, as you see why I stayed out of this. We're very cautious that. And Mike, we have a free indicator, big money indicator that helps. That's the one I've been using here to draw on our areas. And if you can draw a high and a low, then it's pretty straightforward. Got a high and a low. And then it gives me my zone, which I will mark on so that I can move to other zones. Just big money bias, done. And then see if it holds that zone. Up, tap, go. So we're 2 minutes from a new hour. Tap back into our big money zone. Yeah, there's a link in the comments. Mike, download the big money indicator. That will also sort of lead you to the rest of our stuff, which there's a free Discord. Yeah, ask as many questions as you want, Mike. It's a much easier way to make money from trading. Well, a much less expensive way to make money. See the close again. So what I'm going to do, if I pop, I'm going to pop on the golden candle indicator or signals indicator. It will also show you real close markers. So I'm just going to pop them on. And you'll see this one's not showing. I don't know why this one's not showing, but this is down here. This one, we've got doji candle there, it's not convincing. Close inside, close inside, close below, close below. Wicked up, took liquidity, come back below. Yeah, I'm not convinced yet on the bullishness of this. To come this close to New York high, not take it. Well, you can get all different types of accounts, mate. I got multiple accounts, mostly 50k accounts with a couple of different prop firms. I'm not looking to trade big. I'm not looking to trade big amounts. If I'm making 300 to 500 on an account on a day, then I've got a good day. You got to build them up. You got to get yourself to sort of most accounts, as Rock just mentioned before, most accounts you've got to have a buffer, so you make, once you pass your evaluation, if you do an evaluation one, you'll need to get to sort of 2 or 3 grand, and then once you've got to that point, you can start to take profits above that buffer. So it can be tricky at first. Some people never get there. You've got to have tenacity, the right system, right psychology. But if you want to take decent money out of the market and take a few $100s a day, it's definitely doable. New hour. Yes, technically you are, and to be fair, you're not even trading other people's money because it's simulated. So all these prop firms are mapping the same Nasdaq, futures, ES, gold, and they're giving you basically a virtual amount of money to trade, and then you get, once you go over that profit, and you can take a percentage profit, and they pay you out. That's why I said you be careful with prop firms, because they make their money from people buying evaluations, buying accounts, and failing the rules. Taking too many trades, losing too much money, trading at the wrong time. But yes, technically you are, for a small amount. So on it says a 50k, say a 50k account, you'll get probably maybe 2,500 drawdown. So you can't lose more than that. So really a 50k account is really a 2 grand, 2.5 grand account. And then you've got to make that same again to start taking money out. But YouTube there's tons of stuff on YouTube on prop firms. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. Ah, you have, Mike. You already have. I can see that you already have. Thank you very much for subscribing. And Isaac. Thanks, Isaac. Thanks for subscribing. choppy time this. Yeah, you hit max drawdown, it's game over, yeah. How long you can keep them open depends on firms. Most of the prop firms are. You can't really hold overnight. It's predominantly for intraday trading. Just be careful on the trailing drawdown ones, because as you make a bit of profit, the trailing drawdown chases you, and it can do it in mid-trade. So you can get 80% into profit, and your stop loss will have moved up, as your drawdown will have moved up as well. So end of day ones, most people prefer. I know I certainly do. So we've got a new hour. And as I mentioned before, because we've only just got back to our alpha zone, sideways action doesn't give us much a definitive bullish or bearish in regards to our alpha zones. Apples. I'm only joking. This is NQ. This is Nasdaq futures. And welcome. Ejiske, if I've said that correctly. I do try. Don't want to not address you. So yeah, so anybody who's watching who doesn't know, we're currently sat on Nasdaq 1 minute chart. We're looking at our big money zones. It's the indicator I'm using, and good. I'm glad I got it right. Thank you. And we're also using our golden candle indicator, which is our entries. Which that one, the big money's free. If you want to have a look at big money, there's a link in the comments. Please feel free. I do use some premium indicators as well. They are there. You can have a look if you want to. If not, just have a look at big money and take it for free. Choppy price action at the minute. Don't like these wicks up and down. But if I'm being really honest, after 11 o'clock on Nasdaq isn't my favourite time. As many people in our Discord will attest to. But our traffic lights are bullish. We have opened at almost exactly the same price. Yeah. Which is concerning in regards to taking a directional bias. So what are you all trading? Thank you for subscribing, man, sir. Much appreciated. Anybody else fancies it? Hit that button. Be interesting to see whether we come back down to this area again. It was such a prominent zone before. I've just not been convinced with where our hourlies have been opening at all. So we're currently under our 1 hour alpha zone. We have failed to take our previous hour high. We've come up, not broke above our 1 hour alpha zone. We've not took that. We also yeah, it's just not been convincing at all, really. This was the move, unfortunately, that I was waiting for, and I was sat on gold. Why was it the move? Okay, so our queue opened. Once our queue opened, if you want to know what the queue is the QQQ. It's our alpha zone for the QQQ, which is basically the true Nasdaq opening, really. It's hugely important. So you get a little bit of messing about. We had opened below, but we get a little bit of messing about on the open of the queue. And then our next, we get a little bit of sideways action for our 1 hour alpha zone. But it does close above. And because it closes above, it says it should be bullish. Come down, put in a low in the first 10 minutes. It's always a good sign. Come and take our high. And then we get our break signal up and a buy signal even more convincingly. And it goes on to be a nice winning trade. But since then, we've then opened again right next to it. As you see, you get push up, and then this next 2 hours has all been here. Our trend traffic, our big money traffic lights are green. They're very bullish. Now see if we can get above our 1 hour alpha zone. Do we open above or below? Just above. So we were just bullish. Interesting. Where are we all from? I know we've got one from Puerto Rico. Where are the rest of you from? Drop your comments in the chat. Wow. Well, I'm glad I'm not in a trade there. What in the fucking hell just happened there? Well, something's happened. We have news of some sort. Anyone in the comments? Anyone know what news that was? Holy moly. What was that? Has the orange man woke up? Is that what it is? If the Fed said something, that might be interest rates, that. Or is that Amazon? I don't know. Any ideas, guys? Anyone know what that was? Thank you, Dustin. Trump said Armada heading to Iran. Okie dokie. I knew it'd be him. I knew it'd be him. It's always him. These Trump candles, when he first got in, some of them were 200. I seen one at 200 points. Absolute mental. Yeah, well, this is, you're getting a sell signal here, but look, from a liquidity point of view, let's be sensible. We've just took a load of liquidity. We're straight into a Q zone. And really, that has buggered a lot of the trade options. No. Gold price loves the Trump chatter. Let's have a little look at gold, because that's screwed that. Yep. Let's have a look at this. So we had a big impulse up on gold here. So there's one there, and there was one a bit further as well. Yeah, it was a bit further down. It's tapped in. A little bit wary because it does break the bottom. However, we are bearish in our zones. Red traffic lights. What's he setting the boats to Iran for? What are they going to do? Doesn't look good for the markets, does it? It's not helpful, Donald. It's not, Donald. It's not. Not for us traders, anyway. Well, what we're going to do. It was lovely on the way up. The signals have been beautiful until we hit the chap. And then the orange man rose from his slumber, sent the market plummeting. We got any questions, guys, before I wrap up? Been on for a few hours now. I don't just want to just shoot off, and maybe you might be thinking, actually, we should have asked that. Appreciate the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Nice to get a bit of love. Sitting here with not many trades for 3 hours. It's a long old stint. I appreciate you coming on, spending some time with me, engaging in the conversation. It's coming down for London low now. It didn't want London high. It did not want it, and I said that before. Get this close to London high and not take it. Always a concern. So go on, I've got 5 minutes. Any questions? So what exactly just happened? Donald Trump opened his mouth. That's all that happened. Unfortunately, if Donald speaks, or Elon speaks, or the Fed speak, or something like that, then markets get itchy and price fluctuates greatly. People jump in, they sell, they buy. So we get this huge volatility in the market when we get someone like Donald Trump talking about something that may affect the markets, and obviously sending warships to Iran, which is what he's apparently just said. I'm not bearing any opinion on anything, by the way. I'm not here for politics, I'm here for trading. Just stating facts on how it affects the market. No, you need to watch some videos on that, Mike. The drawdown's what's on your account. This is Nasdaq. This is all the biggest companies in America being traded. Apple, Tesla, etc. And markets can look uncertain when there is the possibility of war. Or military action, or whatever we want to call it. So yeah, that can affect it. So that's why we've ended up with a huge spike in volatility here. It's come and took all these orders, all this liquidity that was in here, took it. Why has it stopped my trading for the day? Well, one, I got a massive candle, so price will now react differently to what it would have, because orders that were here, or orders that were looking to be filled, or have now had an impact on them because prices come up and swept up and down because of volatility. Why has it stopped my trading for the day? Well, because I've been on for 3 hours and I've got other stuff to do. So that's not, it just means it's a little bit more uncertain now because of that. And I don't really want to be trading. I don't want to trade into New York anyway. I didn't want to take a sell signal into the Q zone. I don't trade into the Q. It can very often, as you see, react, and then it can obviously go straight back up. In this case, markets are abnormal today now. Not just that, we have got FOMC today, which is some important news. Federal funds rates, I've just read that they're going to hold interest rates as well, which is going to mean that Donald and Powell are going to go at it in the press again, which will again affect the market today. So be careful out there trading today, guys, especially after that. Just be careful. Don't risk your accounts. Don't trade without stop losses. Don't trade near news. Just be careful. Save your money for a day when it's not going to be too risky. Any other questions, guys? So just before I go, as I mentioned, the big money indicator that I use, it's really easy. Really, really easy. You can just mark a high and a low, and I can go to any point in time. Let me go replay. Let's go random bar. So where are we now? We're now on the 3rd of December last year. So let's go to the 3rd of December. It's 11 o'clock. And 3rd of December. This is a random time it's given me. I have no idea what the outcome will be here. And all I'm looking at is highs and lows. If you want to be broader, go on the 5 minute. There they are. That's definitely news. Let's go to a bit of normality 1 minute. So big money, all you're doing is you're marking a low. It's out the queue. You get a push up. Where's it going to come back to? It's not random, guys. You know what I mean? This indicator's free. Links in the comments. Go next impulse up. Doesn't go down to that one. Is it a tighter impulse? We get an up and a down here. Tap in, go. Break signal, go. This happens over and over and over again. With big money, we can mark up the zones for you. It'll give you a zone, you can mark it up. Give you a zone, it'll mark it up. And then, 1 minute. We're on a bigger impulse, yeah. Tap in and go. Break signal. Next one. Doesn't get down. Oh, we've got to pull back here. That's why. Pull back here. Tap in. We didn't get a break here, unfortunately. Next one. Tap in, break, go. So your big money you can get for free. Download it. You get access to free Discord. You get the free indicator. You get me and Zoo who build these things. And if you want the premium stuff, I'm not here to hard sell, so the premium stuff is there as well. You got Max Algo Premium, which gives you a full big money course many videos on exactly how to get the most out of this, and you also get number of different indicators, including golden candle, important levels, which will mark on Asia high, reaction levels, all them, your liquidity. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in there, guys, to get yourselves trading successfully. But start with big money. When you got used to it, add your signals, add your break candles and your signals, and start making some money. But either way, thank you for coming on, appreciate it. Don't forget to give us a like before you go. Tap on the subscribe button. I definitely appreciate the subscribe button once. Appreciate it. And thank you all for coming on. I will see you tomorrow morning.